Hey guys, it's Storytime Alec here with a reaction video. Now I know it's been a while since my last video, but hey, 11.2 looks like it's going to be pretty freaking awesome. I've really liked some of the lore that I've seen coming out of there, especially the Doom of Koresh audio novella. And recently Blizzard has released a launch trailer for 11.2, and I haven't seen it yet, so it's going to be my fresh, unfiltered reaction, no script, no nothing. But without further ado, let's get into the video.
Do you sense that, Valeria?
This is pretty good so far.
We've all heard it, old friend. The voice of our greatest fear.
Dimensius is rising, Denari. And should he assume his full power,
He will devour all that exists.
We are in danger. What is Zalatath planning?
Windrunner, there are greater threats than Zalatath.
You broke my dark heart, Illyria. This is madness. No. Wait!
This is raw power.
Alright, so let's talk about this. Start off, it's, Illyria on the floor in what looks like Manaforge Omega, the raid for 11.2. I'm guessing this is probably going to be the finale cinematic for the raid, or this is a piece of it at least. This is probably something else, Locust Fork saying, do you sense that, Illyria? Or maybe it also is in the Mana Forge. Who knows? The Dark Heart obviously being held by Phase Thief Azir in the Mana Forge also. Yeah, it's, he's doing something with it, putting it in this little machine. Some more Shadow Guard ethereals, looks like. They're also in the Mana Forge, and perhaps getting ready to summon Dimensius. And there's a whole lot of flashbacks here in this. So let's see if I can slow it down. All right. Okay, so the Priory. Priory again. The Undermined finale. Oh, bright light. And then it flashes to Locust Walker, so I assume he's the one who's seeing all this. Locust Walker, I gotta say, I didn't really care that much about Locust Walker back when he was first introduced in Legion. I wasn't really interested in ethereals at all back then. There's kind of a thing that was there. But the Doom of Koresh audio novella really fleshed his character out. And it humanized him and the ethereals in a way that I thought was fantastic. And it made me go from just not really caring about ethereals to go like, I want these guys as a playable race. Give it to us, Blizzard, please. I want this thing as a race. I want to be an ethereal. Yeah, that's Venari back there, probably. Okay, then the Mana Forge again, hopping through a portal. This may be like an intro cinematic or something, or maybe it happens part way through the raid. Maybe this is right before Dimensius, or even it's part of the finale. But I doubt it. It could be anything. Locust Walker and Venari and Tazavesh, the voice of our greatest fear. Dimensius, obviously, is who they're talking about. Get some flashes through Koresh, and then this is likely Dimensius manifesting in his room in the raid. Yep, Dimensius is rising. This looks like it's right outside the entrance to the raid. Maybe some kind of scenario to take control of the exterior of the raid so we can actually go in there. Something going on here. Now this one, okay, this is the one where I'm kind of curious, because you see this little wrapping here that's burned at the ends. I'll actually slow this down. So, oh, too far. Hold on. Gotta find it again. Where was it? Oh, here we go. Okay, so, well, you can just stop here. So, you can see there's more of them around here, just floating around, and it lands in Illyria's hand. Now, spoiler warning, because I'm going to use some information from the PTR on this. I have two theories as to what this is. One, it's the Reshi ribbons, which are these really powerful arcane artifacts. I think that's the least likely scenario, because I know some of what came out of the PTR, so I know some of what happens, but not all of it. I tried to avoid major spoilers, so my information is a little incomplete. But this could be the Reshi ribbons, like they somehow get destroyed or something. But I think the more likely explanation as to what this is that is Locust Walker. That, or his, his wrappings and stuff. Because he dies. Unfortunately. Because, the Doom of Koresh story made him really cool, and I was hoping to see more of him, but, yeah, he dies, and so I think this is the moment of his death, and we're seeing this is all that's left of him. Yeah, some more flashes of flashbacks and stuff of, not flashbacks, but, slides, cut slides. I don't know why that was so hard to say. Slides of ethereals and stuff. Oh, yeah, Death Knight fighting an ethereal. And here's the moment I just wanted to shake my head. Okay, so in the last trailer, Blizzard wasn't able to go 15 seconds without showing Xalatath's feet. This time they managed to endure it for at least like 44 seconds. But, yep, there they are. This is the staple of this expansion. Xalatath's feet zooming into frame. Or descending into view in this case. I swear, there is a foot fetishist working at Blizzard. I just know it. Okay, yeah, this is interesting. Face Thief Vizier, he's got this machinery and stuff. The Dark Heart at its center. This is the Dimensius room in the Maniforge. So this must be some kind of a... I guess, once we get into the boss room, we see this happen. This is where Dimensius is being summoned in and stuff, and he manifests in the room, all big and threatening, and we have to put him down. Yep. What is Xalatath planning, she says. Windrunner, there are greater threats than Xalatath. Maybe, bro, but she's still a pretty big threat. I mean, it's super obvious she's gonna betray us. Dimensius cackling. Yeah, so it looks like the Dimensius boss is going to have a dragon riding component to it, where he maybe pulls us into space or he just blows up the whole forge or something. Probably more likely pulls us into space, kind of like the Archimon fight back in WoD. So, yeah. Got platforms right here. I guess you're going to have to jump between platforms and stuff with dragon riding. And hey, look, there's a little, I think it's a piece of Dalaran floating right there with the purple crystal and everything. Yeah, looks like you're going to have to dodge beams and space rocks and stuff. Man, these ethereal models, they look really, really freaking cool. I really like these models. I really want to play as an ethereal. I hope they add them as an allied race in, I don't know, maybe the epilogue. It's been hidden this whole time. It's in the epilogue for this patch. Probably not, though. Maybe it could be in the 11.2.5 or 0.7 patch. Who knows? Yeah, more of those ribbon pieces. Yeah, I think it's probably Locust Walker. Tazavesh again. Oh yeah, another cool looking ethereal. I actually have that mount in game. I'm gonna get the Royal Void Wing this patch to complete my Void Wing collection. Yeah, some phase diving stuff. More Phase Thief Azir. Oh, I think I kind of missed this when I was watching this the first time. I didn't notice this. Illyria, she's wounded, getting up. The tattered pieces are flying all around, and there's Xalatath with the Dark Heart again. So yeah, I think what's going to happen is she's going to kill Locust Walker, get the Dark Heart back, and zoom away. And it's like, oh no, we were outwitted by Xalatath. I'm going to be real, I think Xalatath is a little past her expiration date. She started off as a cool villain, but she's taken way too many L's. I think Midnight needs to wrap her story up and kill her in favor of Iridikron being the main big bad. Locust Walker trying to put his hand on the Dark Heart. This is raw power. I actually want to hear that. That voice sounds a little weird. And
Wait!
I wonder if Illyria, she sees a vision from the void or something of what is about to happen. She tells Locust Walker to not grab the Dark Heart for some reason. Maybe it corrupts him or starts to corrupt him, and or maybe the power's too much and he just explodes. Yeah, I don't know. We'll find out. But yeah, obviously Dimensius gets summoned in, and he says, "Come at me, bro." And I think everybody here is going to be happy to oblige. I mean, I really want that corrupted Void Wing. But it's just, my expectation for Midnight originally was that Dimensius would be the big bad that he would be the one to start the huge void invasion and stuff. Because in terms of potential big bads, like on Sargeras's level, Dimensius, as far as the void goes, was the longest established one by name. I mean, we didn't really know any names of any other void lords. We knew they were there, but Dimensius was the first named one of like the actual boss echelon of the void, you know, the rulers of the void, so to speak. Now, that was never really built upon at all after his brief cameo in TBC, until they started going like, Xal'atath is/was the harbinger of Dimensius. And when I heard that, I was like, that's interesting. But then when we got the War Within prologue in Dragonflight, where Locust Walker kind of says, this has all happened before, the Radiant Song, you know, Xal'atath was the harbinger of Dimensius, etc. And that made me think, well, okay then. So Xal'atath is trying to summon Dimensius to Azeroth so he can eat our planet, like he did Koresh. But that doesn't seem to be what's going to happen. So, because, you know, he's the end boss. And of course, that doesn't mean he can't theoretically beat us and fly away, or something else happens, but it, based on what I've seen in the PTR, it's not going to happen. So, it's a little disappointing. I don't think Xal'atath is as compelling a villain as Dimensius. And I feel like they're going to shoehorn a lot of things into the story just to make her feel like she is comparable. But it's going to come off wrong because we know she's not. So it's going to feel very artificial and just not real, not organic. But yeah, I don't really have anything else I can say about this. It looks great. I'm very excited to actually start experiencing this content for myself. I am going to be live streaming today on Twitch when the patch goes live. I'll cover any and all side and main quest stuff that is available. That's pretty much all, not all I'm going to be doing, but probably it might be all. It depends on how long it takes. But at the very least, today I'm going to do all the main quest line that's available, all the side plots. I'm going to be reading all of the quest dialogue and stuff. If there's any stay a while and listens, I'm going to stay a while and listen. And I'll be discussing any lore implications that there are with anything that I find. But that's probably going to be it for today. Anyhow, thank you for watching the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.